All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. We are in the meat and potatoes of the playoff run here for the NFL. Had a lot of great action on Super Wildcard Weekend, of course. 2 extra games brought with it, more excitement for the NFL, and now it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty. 8 teams remain. Who is going to advance to the semis with the 4 good games on tap this weekend? I want to start off with the one in Lambeau Field tomorrow afternoon. As you're going to have the Green Bay Packers, the champions of the NFC North, hosting the Los Angeles Rams. Now, the Rams, they were able to win in week number 17 at home against the Arizona Cardinals and get into the postseason. We saw them go on the road last week against their NFC West brethren in the Seattle Seahawks and dominate. And now the Rams are looking to keep the momentum going as they are looking to get back to the Super Bowl for the second time in 3 years. We saw an injured Jared Goff come off of the bench last week for the Rams and really, catapult their offense. We saw their defense led by Aaron Donald really step up and take care of their business. And now this defense has to find a way to go out there and slow down Aaron Rodgers and his potent Packers offense. I look for the Rams offensively. They got to try to find a way to run the football, shorten the game versus the Packers and take it from there. Now, for the Rams defensively, will they be able to slow down Aaron Rodgers? I'm not sure. Of course, the matchup that everybody's talking about is wide receiver Davante Adams for the Packers going up against cornerback Jalen Ramsey for the Rams, and that's gonna be an interesting matchup. Both players are at the top of their respective games. Both played better when they are playing people at their caliber on the other side of the ball. So I think Davante Adams is going to get his in this contest, and I think Jalen Ramsey is going to get his as well. I think this is going to be a back and forth affair, but I'm not going to bet against number 12 at home in the playoffs. So I'm going to take Green Bay by the score of 27-23. Now, tomorrow night, you're going to have the Buffalo Bills hosting the Baltimore Ravens. Buffalo last week, a big win for them. They got their first postseason win in 25 years as they were able to fend off the Indianapolis Colts at home. And on top of that, they were able to, for the first time this season, have some fans in the stands to see it. Now, on the flip side for the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson got his first win as a quarterback in the playoffs last week. Big win on the road versus the Tennessee Titans. This Ravens team is starting to come together. We've seen them, get on a roll. They were 6-5. They won their last 5 games of the regular season. They then took care of business last week, and the Ravens are winning because they're doing what they do best. They run the football, and they play a very physical brand of defense. What has hurt Lamar Jackson previously in the postseason is the fact that, opposing defenses have taken away the Ravens' ability to run. And Lamar has then had to rely more on getting the job done as a passer. Threw a bad interception last week, but most importantly, the Ravens defense allowed it to stay close, and that running aspect never left for Baltimore. I think what you're going to see right now, I believe that you're going to see a much more confident Lamar Jackson going into this contest now that he is gotten over that hurdle as far as not being able to win the big one in the postseason. And I like Baltimore to get past Buffalo in this contest by the score of 34-27. Now, moving on to Sunday, you're going to have the upstart Cleveland Browns traveling to take on the defending Super Bowl champions in the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City comes into this game favored by 10 points over the Browns, and for good reason. The Chiefs are at home, they're rolling, and they are the best team in the NFL. Now, you look at the Browns defense, they came out strong versus the Pittsburgh Steelers last Sunday night. And even with that said, Pittsburgh still, was able to put up some points on them. Ben Roethlisberger threw for over 500 yards in that contest. Now you got to deal with Patrick Mahomes and the speed demons that the Kansas City Chiefs have. Offensively for Cleveland, you look at Baker Mayfield. He's playing with a ton of confidence right now. This Browns offense is playing with a ton of confidence. They're going to be able to score points, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to score enough to get past the Chiefs. Thus, I'm going to take Kansas City at home by the score of 38-30. And finally, on Sunday evening in New Orleans, you're going to have the Saints hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both of these teams won last week. The Bucs were able to go on the road and defeat the Washington football team for their first playoff victory in 17 years, or more than 17 years, rather, while the New Orleans Saints they overcame a hurdle because you remember they lost at home last year in the first round to the Minnesota Vikings. So you look at this, it's the last stand more than likely for Saints quarterback Drew Brees. He's trying to go out a winner. And of course, Tom Brady, a quarterback in his first year with the Bucs, he's looking to get back to that championship level that we've grown accustomed to seeing him play at with the New England Patriots. Of course, the Saints swept the regular season contest between these two clubs. But I look at it right now, of course, the first game was somewhat close, and then, of course, after that, we saw New Orleans blow out Tampa Bay and Tampa Bay. What Tampa Bay needs to do is what I've been saying all season long. They need to focus on running the ball. I know that Ronald Jones is a game-time decision, but you still have Leonard Fournette. You got to ride the legs of Leonard Fournette and then let that predicate your passing game. I know that the Bucs have plenty of talent in their passing game, but they've got to do that, especially against a very opportunistic Saints defense. And if the Bucs become one-dimensional, it's going to feed into what New Orleans is able to do on that side of the football. What the Bucs have to try to do defensively is limit the opportunities for Alvin Kamara, especially coming out of the backfield as a receiver. The Bucs do have talent in their secondary, but I mean, you look at what Alvin Kamara can do in space, and it's basically as Alvin Kamara goes, so does this Saints offense. It's very difficult to defeat a team 3 times in a row in one season. We've seen it done before. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But there's just something about this Bucs team. I can't bet against Tom Brady in January, and because of that, I'm going to take Tampa Bay on the road in a tight one by the score of 34-30. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. Those are my picks for the divisional round of this NFL playoff. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast. I want to take this time out to thank all of the subscribers out there. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. Take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.